Hello, my dear students. In our previous session, we were discussing on what? On the three states of matter. Matter in our surroundings, which has mass and occupies the space. So, matter exists in the three states: solid state, liquid state, and the gaseous state. So, this was our point of discussion in our previous session. Now, in today's session, as I told in our previous session or in my previous session, that we are going to understand, we are going to learn, we are going to discuss, we are going to conclude the three states of matter separately. So, what is solid state? What is gaseous state? What are the characteristics? What are the properties? What are the examples? Why a particular matter exists in that state only? So, all these separately we deal. So, after understanding what is solid state, a liquid state, or the gaseous state, then we compare all the three states of matter so that we will come to know what difference is there between these three states of matter, because unless and until we compare, we will not come to know. Okay, so I can compare myself with someone, or he can compare himself with someone. So this comparative study or logical reasoning or critical analysis will help us to acquire the knowledge. Okay, we have to get the knowledge from different angles, from the different source, from the different sides. Okay, so ultimately knowledge matters. Knowledge is a power and knowledge is a position. Okay, so therefore, so with these, I welcome you all for today's session on discussion on the first state of matter, that is the solid state of matter. Okay, right. So for this, so we'll have a small activity. So just we have to imagine, we have to bring to our mental picture about this activity. For this activity, what all we need? We need a pen, a book, a needle, and a piece of wooden stick. Next, trace the shape of these things on a paper. So whenever you are free, you take a paper, plain paper, pencil, okay. Then you draw, you trace shapes of these objects what we have selected. Okay, some we have selected. Okay, just to understand the solid state. Okay, now what we conclude or what we have observed, all these have a specific shape. Needle has its shape. Okay, and a piece of wooden stick, it's a shape. That means they have a definite shape. Here is the word: well defined boundaries. Duster, well defined boundary. Chalk piece, well defined boundary. Okay, coin, well defined boundary. And one more is what? A constant volume. Okay, that means definite volume, fixed volume. Volume of a remote is fixed. Okay, for example, if you keep the water, a TV remote on a sofa or in a bucket or in a dining table, it has a constant value, it will not change. Neither shape, okay, shape also it maintains. We can't change the shape of the remote if you keep on the sofa one shape or on the dining table one more shape. No, no. Okay, so they have a definite shape and a definite volume also. Okay, so what is volume here? Volume is LBH, length into breadth into height. So if you calculate LBH, you will come to know the volume. Okay, so that volume remains constant irrespective of where you are keeping. It maintains. Okay, that is the specialty of a solid state. Okay, so solids have definite volume and a definite shape. That is the observation what you have learnt from this activity. Now you can try this. Okay, you can hammer or you can pull from left and right, whether if you are pulling from left to right or right to left, or holding one side with one hand and pulling the other side with the other hand, you do something. Okay, or you start diffuse. Is what? Will they diffuse? Will they spread? You just keep, for example, when I burn in stain stick in the puja room, and you will get a perfume in the hall. Why? That smoke diffuses into the air. In the same way, when you keep mastic in the same puja room, can we get the will it diffuse in air? No. So solids will not diffuse. Okay, that you want to convey, right? So try to diffuse into each other, or try to compress. You press it the surface. Okay, so it will not. You cannot compress it. They are highly rigid, very strong. Okay, so all these you try, and so that you can conclude at the end. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is solids tend to maintain their shape when put under external force. They will not lose their shape. They will not lose their identity, especially with respect to the shape. That I told in the beginning only. They have a definite shape and definite volume. Okay, right. So they are rigid. They may break. See, they are strong. They are solid. They maintain definite shape. That doesn't mean that even after crushing too much, shape is broken. They will break. They will break. Okay, but they will maintain the shape. Okay, that's important. So if you apply too much pressure, too much force, then naturally they will break. That is not the way we have to compare. Okay, so they are rigid, but may break under force, but shape cannot be changed. Okay, so chalk piece, you can cut, you can break the chalk piece, you can break the duster, but shape is shape only. It will become half. That's all. Okay, right. So third is what? Definite shape, well defined boundaries, and constant volume, and cannot be compressed. All these we conclude. Same conclusion now are made in the form of what? Properties of solids, are in the form of what? Characteristics of solids. Okay, that we learn in our next discussion. See here, we will make in the form of point wise. Okay, very important. These are called characteristics of solids. They have definite mass, definite volume, and definite shape. All three definite. This is most important. Intermolecular distances are short. That means if you go to the microscopic level or the molecular level, okay, of solid state, we see that they contain tiny particles. Okay, so they are made up of very small particles. But if you see the distance between the one particle to the other particle, it is less. Okay, they have a very short interparticle distance, or interatomic distance, or the intermolecular distance. Okay, that means what? Close packing is there. In the solid state, particles are closely packed. That's why they maintain their shape. They are rigid. They are incompressible. So all these properties we can explain because of what? Because intermolecular distance is very short, and at the same time intermolecular forces are strong. Why the intermolecular distances are short? Because intermolecular forces are strong. They are attracting each other. So one particle attracting the other particle. So in 3D, please imagine three-dimensional structure. Okay. So kindly bring to a mental picture three-dimensional structure of a solid, where you imagine one particle. That particle is surrounded by many other particles. Each are attracting each other. That means they are very close. It is because of strong intermolecular force of attraction. So they are very close. This is called as the close packing of particles in the solid state. Their constituent particles have fixed positions and can only oscillate about their mean positions. That means because of close packing, they are not allowed to move. They are not allowed to move, but they can oscillate where they are. They can move. They can vibrate where they are. So where they, that means they on their mean position. So where is the position of the particle in that solid state? So on there they can vibrate. They can move. They can oscillate. That much is allowed, but they are not allowed to move separately. Okay, when they are allowed to move separately, unless and until they go to the melting point. When the solid attains the melting point, then it starts melting. That time particles they start moving. Okay, otherwise before the melting point they are there only. They are allowed to vibrate on their mean positions where they are. Otherwise they are not allowed. That's why he said what? They can oscillate about their mean positions. And one more is what? They are incompressible and rigid. We cannot compress it. Okay, all right. Now see, this is the what? Microscopic picture, how so closely they are packed, right? So this is solid state. So if you go to the molecular level, microscopic level, you can see all the particles are closely packed. That's why they are compact, they are solid, they are rigid. But here are some exception cases. What? Rubber band. rubber band is a solid state, but you can stretch it. Okay, that means normally solids cannot be change the shape. They are definite shape. How in the case of a rubber band it is changing shape? Here it is changing the shape not because of a solid state. It has got some extra property. That extra property is what? Elasticity. So we are going to learn in the higher class elastic properties of solids where they can be stretched. Okay, so it is because of stretching, when the external force or the pressure is applied, you can stretch it. When the pressure is relieved, again they come back to the normal shape. So they are solid, but they are special solids where on they are explained on different grounds, on the different property. And the property is what here for the rubber band, it is the elastic property. See one more example. So sugar crystals are common salt what we eat every day. Crystals are kept in different jars. They take the shape of the jar. Still they are considered as solids, because see what is our conclusion? We concluded that solids will not change the shape. They as it is. If you keep in the bucket, solid shape will not change. But in the case of sugar, if you take 1 kilo sugar, put in the glass, okay, so it is a glass shape. Put in the this one a jug, it will take a jug shape. Then where you are kept, they take that shape only. Okay, so that why, though they are solid, why they are taking shape of the container? Here it is once again explained what sugar, 1 kilo sugar is made of many crystals. Every crystal has got a structure, so it will maintain it, because they are small in size. Small crystals are there, so together they take the shape. Okay, otherwise every crystal maintains the shape. Okay, right. Now you see this is example of sponge. Okay, sponge is what? A sponge is solid, but you can compress it. That means whatever properties of solids are there applicable here. Okay, it is a solid, but what is the property? Solids are incompressible, but why this a sponge is compressible? So again you see the structure, how it is made. So sponge has got microscopic holes. Okay, so because of the holes, air is trapped inside. So air is there inside. So it is because of air we can squeeze, we can compress, not because of the solid. Okay, so because it is a porous, fine pores are there, holes are there. In those holes, air is trapped. So it is because of air we can compress it, not because of the sponge. Okay, right. So that means these properties we can explain aram se. Okay, with on some other ground. You see all these extra, you can just for extra knowledge. So this is the carbon structure in the diamond form, and same carbon structure in the graphite form. They are solid in different. See, arrangements gives the property, arrangements gives the structure. And silicon carbide, okay, it is called as the carborundum, hard artificial diamond. Okay, this is natural diamond, this is artificial diamond. Okay, this is what silicon dioxide, SiO2, silicon dioxide, sand. So in the sand, if you take the powerful microscope, we can see all these structures. That means solids have definite structures. Okay, so extra we learn in higher class. Till then, keep thinking and have a nice time. Thank you, my dear students.